The Duke of Kent was determined that his unborn child, history's Queen Victoria, should not be born outside of Britain to assure its right to succeed to the throne in the British mind. As a true Hanoverian, he was the fourth son of George III, the king who famously glor'd in the name of Britain. Clearly, it was a step forward from the reign of George I, who knew only faulty English and whose son, Prince George Augustus, had once proclaimed that there was not one drop of blood in his veins but what was English. The Duke of Kent proudly boasted that he was the father of a future monarch, despite the fact that his sister-in-law, the Duchess of Clarence, the future Queen Adelaide, was still young enough to give birth to a baby which would have put his own child one step further down in the royal line of succession. The Duke, a man of formidable strength and rude health, was firmly of the opinion that the crown will come to me and my children. We know, of course, that the crown did indeed come to his line, but not his children, instead to his only child by the Duchess of Kent, whom he had married at Schloss Ehrenburg in Coburg on 29 May 1818, followed by a double ceremony at Kew Palace, in which his elder brother, the Duke of Clarence, future William IV, married Princess Adelaide of Saxe-Meiningen. A gipsy in Gibraltar, by tradition, had foreseen that the throne of England would one day be the fate of this child, as yet unborn, Christopher Hibbert, Queen Victoria, A Personal History, 10. I want to try and trace this return journey to England, about which little is known. Historical focus has, rightly, been concentrated instead on the immediate circumstances of the future Queen Victoria's birth at Kensington Palace on 24 May 1819. We forget perhaps that the Kents set out on a journey across Germany, sailing from Calais exactly a month previously, and fittingly for the Duke and Duchess of Kent, landed at Dover in Kent, a happy coincidence which augured a favourable outcome for the birth 4 weeks later. The Duchess of Kent went into labour on 23 May at 10:30 in the evening. A cradle was already in place in the newly upholstered room, made of mahogany. The bed in the Duchess of Kent's bedroom was laid with white cambric. A.N. Wilson, Victoria, 36, and at 4:15 on the morning of 24 May 1819, a baby princess was born, as plump as a partridge, as the Duke of Kent wrote to his mother-in-law, the Dowager Duchess of Coburg, Sit. Hibbert, 12. Touchingly perhaps, a cradle is today displayed in the room in which Queen Victoria was born at Kensington Palace. This cradle is, however, the gilt Saxon cradle which was used for several of her children, notably the second baby daughter, Princess Alice, who was painted asleep in it by the great artist Sir Edwin Landseer in 1840.